Touchscreens, autonomous driving systems, lane assist technologies, modern cars are smarter than ever before. But if that is true, why do so many people still say the same thing? Old cars were built better. Why does a brand new car worth millions today often feel less durable than a Mercedes built in the 1990s? In the past, cars were designed as pure engineering machines built to survive for decades. Today, many vehicles feel more like smartphones on wheels. So what changed? In this video, we explore the hidden transformation of the automotive industry. From the shift away from mechanical reliability to the rise of software-driven systems, we uncover the growing problems hidden beneath modern technology. We will look at chronic electronic failures, expensive repair systems, touchscreen dependency, and the silent crisis developing behind the polished screens of modern electric vehicles. Fasten your seatbelt, because this is not just the story of cars, it is the story of how an entire industry slowly lost its soul. To truly understand this story, we need to go back to the very beginning of the automobile itself. When Carl Benz introduced the first motorized car, the goal was simple: build a machine that worked reliably and lasted as long as possible. Back then, engineering was treated almost like an art form. Engines were simple, mechanical, and built with durability in mind. As time passed, diesel technology joined gasoline engines. Gasoline offered speed and performance, while diesel engines became famous for their torque, strength, and endurance. Together, these machines transformed automobiles into powerful creations capable of conquering the world. Engine blocks from the 1970s and 1980s were incredibly massive and heavy. Many of them were built so solidly that they felt almost indestructible. And during that era, car companies were not competing over digital screens or software features. The real competition was mechanical perfection. Brands like Mercedes, BMW, and Toyota pushed their engineers to build machines that could survive for decades. In many cases, durability mattered more than cost. The goal was not to create disposable technology. The goal was to create legendary machines built to last a lifetime. So what changed? The answer is electronics and modern emission regulations. Starting in the early 2000s, cars slowly transformed from mechanical machines into software-driven systems. Wires, sensors, computers, and electronic control units began taking over the heart of the automobile. Traditional hydraulic steering systems were replaced by electric systems. Mechanical throttle cables disappeared and were replaced by software and electronic controls. In older cars, if a part failed, a mechanic could often repair it with simple tools. Today, a tiny sensor failure can disable an entire vehicle by locking the ECU, the car's central computer system. And this changed the philosophy of the entire industry. Car manufacturers slowly moved away from building vehicles designed to last forever. Modern cars are increasingly built around maintenance cycles, software systems, and expensive service dependencies once the warranty period ends. At the same time, strict emission standards forced manufacturers to reduce weight wherever possible. Heavy cast-iron engine blocks were replaced by thinner aluminum materials. Solid metal components gave way to lightweight plastic trims and fragile interior pieces. Modern cars became more advanced than ever before. But many drivers believe they also became less durable, less repairable, and far less timeless than the machines that came before them. Now let's talk about the famous list of chronic problems filling modern repair shops today. Small turbocharged engines with extremely high horsepower outputs have become everywhere. Tiny 1 or 1.2-liter engines are now expected to produce power levels that once required much larger motors. But forcing massive performance out of small engines comes with a cost. Engine lifespan often decreases dramatically. Problems such as early piston wear, excessive oil consumption, overheating, and fragile dual-clutch transmissions like DSG or EDC systems have become increasingly common. In older cars, seeing the check engine light was considered a serious event. In many modern vehicles, however, something as simple as poor fuel quality or moisture affecting a sensor can suddenly trigger limp mode and leave drivers stranded on the road. As cars became more complex, they also became more fragile. And the problem is not limited to the engine alone. Even luxury vehicles costing enormous amounts of money can begin producing rattling noises and interior vibrations after only a few years of use. For many drivers, this no longer feels accidental. It feels like the result of cost-cutting and an industry focused more on technology, efficiency, and production speed than long-term durability. And now we arrive at the final stage of the modern automotive revolution: electric vehicles. The transition from gasoline to diesel was an evolution, but the transition to electric cars became something much bigger, a complete technological revolution. And for many people, it also introduced an entirely new set of problems. When you buy a modern electric vehicle today, you are not simply buying a car anymore. In many ways, you are buying a computer on wheels. One of the biggest changes can be seen inside the cabin itself. Physical buttons and mechanical controls have slowly disappeared. Climate systems, driving settings, navigation, and even basic vehicle functions are now hidden behind massive touchscreen panels. And when those systems fail, simple actions suddenly become impossible. Drivers report frozen software, black screens, unresponsive controls, and digital failures that can affect everything from air conditioning to door systems. As vehicles became smarter, they also became more dependent on software stability. But there is another issue hiding beneath the surface: battery lifespan. An older gasoline car can often receive a rebuilt engine and continue running for decades. But when the battery of an electric vehicle begins to fail after several years, replacement costs can become extremely expensive. In some cases, the price approaches the value of the vehicle itself. For critics of the modern industry, this represents a major shift in philosophy. Cars are no longer being designed purely as long-lasting machines. They are increasingly becoming short-cycle technology products built for replacement rather than lifelong ownership. Many people believe old cars felt more durable because they were built around a very different philosophy. Back then, engineers were often focused on one goal above everything else: build the best machine possible, no matter how difficult or expensive it was. Modern vehicles are built in a completely different world. Today, car manufacturers must balance technology, cost reduction, software integration, fuel efficiency, safety regulations, and strict emission standards all at the same time. There is no doubt that modern cars are more advanced, more comfortable, and often far safer than the vehicles of the past. But for many drivers, something important was lost along the way. Older cars delivered a feeling of mechanical honesty and durability that modern vehicles sometimes struggle to recreate. They felt less like electronic products and more like machines built to survive for generations. So what do you think? Were older cars truly built better? Or are the comfort, safety, and technology of modern vehicles worth the trade-off? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed videos like this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and click the bell to stay notified about new videos. Catch you later.